Your phone rings at 3:03 a.m. The caller ID shows your own phone number. Not a private number. Not unknown. Your number. If this ever happens, do not answer the call, because the person on the other end already knows what you're going to say. And according to the old internet story, people who answer that call don't remember the next 24 hours of their life. But the worst part, their phone history still shows the call lasted exactly 3 minutes and 3 seconds. And nobody knows what happens during that time. The story begins 3 nights ago. I thought that story was just another internet creepypasta. You know the kind, random rules. Late night warnings, something made to scare people scrolling at 2 a.m. until my phone rang, 3:03 a.m. The screen lit up beside my bed, and the caller ID said incoming called me, my exact phone number. At first, I thought it was a glitch. Phones do weird things sometimes. Spam calls, robocalls. But this was different, because when the phone rang again, I noticed something strange. The ringtone sounded slightly delayed, like two phones ringing at the same time. One in my room, and another somewhere, farther away. Rule 1. There's a rule connected to the call. I learned it later. If your phone rings at 3:03 a.m. from your own number, do not answer immediately. Wait until the phone stops ringing. Because if you answer too fast, the voice will think you're the wrong version of you. The second call. The first call stopped after a few seconds. My room went quiet again. I almost went back to sleep. Then the phone rang again, 3:04 a.m. Same number. My number. This time the ringing sound felt closer. And that second delayed ringtone was louder. Like the other phone was now in the hallway outside my apartment. Rule 2. If the phone rings again after the first call, do not leave your room, because the second phone is trying to find where you are. What I did wrong. I didn't know the rules yet. So, I got out of bed. The hallway outside my room was dark, but I could still hear it. A faint ringing sound. Not from my phone. From somewhere near the front door. I walked slowly toward it, and the closer I got, the louder the second ringtone became, until I realized something terrifying. The sound wasn't coming from the hallway. It was coming from inside the wall. Rule 3. Never try to locate the second phone, because it isn't a real phone. It's just where the other version of you is calling from. The third call. At 3:05 a.m., my phone rang again. Still my number. Still the same caller ID. But this time, I answered, and immediately wished I hadn't, because the voice on the other end was mine. Exactly my voice. Same breathing. Same tone. But it sounded nervous, panicked. And the first thing it said was, listen carefully. You only have 3 minutes before it realizes we're talking. The warning. I froze. My brain couldn't process what was happening. The voice continued. I knew from tomorrow. I almost left, but then it said something that made my stomach drop. You shouldn't have left the bedroom. Rule 4. If the voice sounds like you, ask only one question. Where are you? If the answer is the same place you are, hang up immediately. The question. So I asked it, where are you? The voice went silent for a few seconds. Then it whispered, in the hallway. And I suddenly realized something. I was still standing in the hallway, right next to the wall where the ringing sound had been. The noise behind me. Then I heard it. A soft noise behind me. Not a ringtone. Not footsteps. Breathing. Slow breathing. Right behind my shoulder. The voice on the phone suddenly started whispering urgently. Don't turn around. Rule 5. If you hear breathing behind you during the call, do not turn around, because the thing behind you is listening to both sides of the conversation, and it learns how to sound like you. The last 30 seconds. The voice on the phone started talking faster. You need to hang up before the call reaches 3 minutes. Why? I asked. Because by then, I could feel the breath behind my neck, and something warm moving closer. The voice whispered the final rule. Because if the call reaches 3 minutes and 3 seconds, it replaces you. 3:03. The call timer on my phone read to 48. The breathing behind me got louder to 56. My phone screen flickered. 3 o'clock. And the voice on the phone suddenly changed. It wasn't panicked anymore. It sounded calm, almost relieved. Then it said something that still keeps me awake every night. Good. Now there will finally be 2 of us tomorrow. The call ended. The phone screen went black. The timer read 3:03. And the breathing behind me stopped. I slowly turned around. The hallway was empty. But when I checked my phone call history, the call duration still said 3 minutes, 3 seconds. And now it's happening again. Tonight my phone rang at 3:03 a.m. Same number, same caller ID, my number, but this time something was different, because before the phone even rang, I heard another ringtone, somewhere inside the walls of my apartment. And it sounded exactly like my phone, meaning one thing, the other version of me is already here.